Tomorrow night at 10:30, we hope you'll join us for an ABC7 special, True Crime Beaten at the Ballpark. It's a look back at a crime that shocked Southern California, the brutal beating of San Francisco Giants fan Bryan Stow by two Dodgers fans in the parking lot of Dodger Stadium.
Stow suffered brain damage, injuries he will likely never recover from. And now 12 years after the attack, I sat down with Bryan Stow to see how he's doing and to get his thoughts on the two men who nearly killed him. What did they take from you?
My life. I was a healthy paramedic, loved my job, loved my family, and boom, my life changed like that. I
met with Bryan Stow at a gym in Scotts Valley near Santa Cruz. His son Tyler is now his trainer, helping his dad gain strength.
Nice. All the way down. Get the elbow down. All the way. Yeah, nice shot.
Stow lives quietly these days with his parents, Dave and Ann, giving him round-the-clock care. Some of you may not remember his name, but it was once a common refrain in the news. Stow was the victim of one of the most well-known acts of sports fan violence. It happened in 2011 after the opening day game at Dodger Stadium. Bitter rivals, the Giants and Dodgers, squaring off. Bryan Stow and his friends were there, big Giants fans in their Giants gear. After the game, Stow was blindsided in the parking lot by two men wearing Dodger jerseys.
It was a Dodger fan in a Dodger jersey. There's no way to identify him. If I saw him, I could recognize him, but he's gone.
They picked us because we were all wearing Giants shirts or jerseys, and I turned around late and I caught the brunt of it.
Punched and kicked, his skull was fractured. He barely survived.
Corey, that dove on me to protect me, goes, "Bri, I saw your brain." My skull was split open that much that he saw my brain.
Many patients with this degree of bleeding and swelling in the brain, especially on both sides with the skull fractures that Bryan had, would not survive this injury.
He spent 9 months in a coma. Part of his skull had to be removed. He had to relearn how to walk, talk, and write. Now, more than a dozen years later, it's been a remarkable recovery, but it's a process that may never end.
I want to be able to walk without a device, crutches or a cane. I want to be healthy. It's not that much to ask.
The two men who went to prison for the brutal beating, Luis Sanchez and Marvin Norwood, are now free and not far from Bryan's mind. Do you think about them?
Every single day. Wondering what they're doing. Yeah, one of the guys got 4 years in prison. The other guy got 8 years in prison.
So
I had 5 cardiac arrests that night in the hospital. And that's all they got.
His family sued the Dodgers, citing poor security in the parking lots. They were left with just over $5 million to take care of Bryan. His family has been there the whole way, caring for his every need. And surprisingly, even though he was nearly killed, Bryan says he would go back to Dodger Stadium for another Dodgers-Giants game.
I would wear the same jersey and still go to the game. Just have a heads up as to what's going on.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.